Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. So yes, I got my Santa hat on from my last, was it my last haul? I think it wasn't it? My last video. If not, it was one of my recent videos. And I said I was going to use this for a project. And today is the day. I know. And I'm so sorry, Lola is eating again. She's just literally started because I pressed record. What can a girl do? I could stop her and put her out, but then she scratched at the door, so I'll just leave her to it. Bit of background noise, I do apologise. I'm also going to need 2 of these. So these are the cocktail pots that you get from Poundland for £1. I'm going to need some black tissue paper. I'm going to need a paintbrush, some PVA glue, some cling film, a Sharpie pen, and then later on I'm going to need some lights, which I got from Poundland. So you saw my snowman video, exactly the same, but I'm going to be using that. And then you're also going to need a little bit of snow for the white of, so, oh, I haven't told you what I'm doing, have I? No, I am going to be making a penguin. So I did think about spraying these or painting them black, the bit that's black on a penguin, but my worry was I want these to be luminous like my snowmen were, and I just felt that actually you would lose a bit of that if I did paint them. So I'm going to use tissue paper, a bit like a decoupage, because you will definitely see through that. Now it's not going to be a smooth surface, but then a penguin's body isn't smooth. No, it's not. So I'm going to be doing that, and then when that's dry, I will then do my white of my snowman. And snowman? My penguin even. And I'm going to use this artificial snow for that, and obviously do its little face. But what I need to do first of all is make sure I draw out the shape of the penguin's face and the body, otherwise it's all going to be black, and I don't want it black. So guys, do you want to pop down here and I'm going to show you what I'm going to do? You do, I know, okay. I do love this hat. This hat unfortunately is going to have to change from how it is. I won't be able to wear it when I finish with it, but it'll be worth it in the end, I promise you. All right, so let's get cracking on my penguin. Okay, so one of these will be the head and one will be the body. So I'm going to start on the head first. Now, a really good way of working out how to do your penguin's head is to use a little bit of a love heart, but don't go to the point. So I don't know if you can see what I'm going to do. I'm sort of going to go about here, and then I'm just going to draw like so. I will turn this around so you can see it. Can you see? So I've got a little love heart shape, but it hasn't gone to the point at the bottom, okay? And that is going to be my penguin's face. Now, if you're not sure, this is a Sharpie pen, and unfortunately you can't rub that off. But if you use nail polish remover, it should come off a little bit better for you, okay? So if you're a bit unhappy, then don't panic, all right? But or use a pen that you can draw, you can wipe off. I want a pen like this because I don't want to be able to wipe it off and then lose my shape halfway through. Now, because she's eaten, she wants to play with the door. Can you believe it? Right, okay, so that is my head. Lala, Lala. So what I now need to do is make sure my body aligns with my head, okay? So just pop it on top like that. And then where your body, sorry, your head finishes, just then draw your shape down like so. There we go. And then just bring it down. Can you see what I'm doing? Like that. Okay, there we go. So what I can do now is start decoupaging the black of the tissue and sort Lola out before she dries us all mad. Right, so the first thing I need to do is measure my tissue paper out. So it is the same sort of width as my bowl, just to make it easier for me. So I'm just going to cut it. It doesn't have to be perfect. Oops. It just makes it easier to work with. There we go. Right. Okay. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to work from the back. All right, just because the joins can then be at the front and we can shape it. All right. And all you need to do is get your glue. I'm just going to put it into a lid there, just because it's easier to use it. Okay. Oops. Oh, what I need to do now is also get some of my cling film. Okay. Just going to grab a piece of cling film, just tear it off. Okay, and you're going to use this to help smooth your tissue paper down without ripping it. All right, so, right, where's the back? There's the back. Okay, so I'm just going to put a line down there initially, like so. Get my paper, and I'm just going to place that on like that. Okay, and all you're going to do is smooth it with your, you see what I'm doing. Hold on a second, let me move you so you can see what I'm doing. There we go. Right, I'm just going to smooth it with my cling film. There we go. And then all I need to do is work my way around. Now you can do on the outside or the inside as you can with any decoupage. All right, only thing is if you do the outside, you then end up with very sticky cling film. So I'm going to do the inside. So I'm just going to start on one side at a time. Lola has stopped playing with the door. She didn't actually want to go out. She doesn't like going out, or not that she doesn't like, she loves going out, so that's wrong. She plays with the door. I don't know, she has this fascinating since she was a pup, and all she does is she like just claws it. I think it's a noise, I'm not sure what it is. She's done it since a puppy and it drives me mad. It was endearing when she was little, but now when she does it, it's really frustrating. Okay, now it's on a curve, so you're not going to get straight edges, all right? But don't forget, penguins have so it's not straight. It doesn't matter too much if there is a bit of crinkle in your paper, all right? Right, so what I'm going to just do now is trim my paper just where my first line is. Okay. I'll just get that off there first. Okay. Now if you've got any gaps, that's fine, because what you can do is just correct it just here with any scraps of tissue, all right? So the one thing about sort of decoupage, it's very forgiving. So I'm just going to trim that off there, and I notice there's a gap down the bottom there, so I'm just going to do that as well. I'm going to start working on the opposite side now. Okay, so that's glued on. So all I'm going to do now is just give it a coat on top as a bit of a seal. And so this is the easy bit. You just literally go around with your glue on your paintbrush and cover the whole thing. Okay, so I'm going to leave that to dry. If you're impatient, what you can do is stick a hairdryer on it. I may end up doing that with it, just because I want to move on to something else as well. But let's see how it dries on its own, and then if I need to finish it off with a hairdryer, I will. Okay, so that's the body. I now need to do the head. Right, so this time it's the front, and I'm going to do it slightly different because what I want to do is make sure I cut it out to size. So I am actually going to cut this out before I put it on. So what I'm going to do is lay it on and just trace roughly where I think my head needs to be. Okay, like that. Okay, just put that inside and just trim that off. Just stuck my pen in the glue, which isn't the right thing to do. Let me just wipe my hands somewhere. There we go. Right, so I'm just going to cut that out for a second. And then just check that I'm happy with that. It has to be 100% perfect, but and I think, yeah, okay. So what I need to do now is glue that on. So same principle, I'm just going to glue around my shape first. Oh, Lola, you are funny. Okay, and then oops, I'm gonna have to face it near me so I can see what I'm doing. So I'm just gonna place this onto here. Okay, and then find my cling film, which is gone for a walk. I can't find my cling film, so I have to get some more. Oh, here it is. No, I don't have to get some more. There we go. And just brush that down. Let's see. And then I can just then start applying glue all the way around to finish it off. Right, so now I'm going to do exactly the same, as I'm going to literally glue on the outside as well of this one. Right, okay, so that one's done as well. So I just need to leave them to dry and then we can go on to the next stage. Right, so this has dried overnight. Okay, so I can now start to do the white of it. And I was going to use snow, and then I thought, do you know what, I'm going to keep it the same all the way around. So what I've done is I've taken the bit that I cut out of here yesterday, there, and I've made a stencil just a little bit bigger than this piece. And the reason being is I want it to overlap slightly, so it's not just a straight cut. Can you see, like that? And all I'm going to do is what I did yesterday, is literally glue that on. Okay, so I'll leave that to one side while I do the body. Now the body's going to be a little bit trickier, okay, because we didn't use a stencil, but you can just see through if you've got the light there. So all I'm going to do is with my scissors and using the light, just do a rough trace of where I think it is. And you can just check it, yeah, and do the other side. Move my bits away, give it another check, and I can trim the base. Oops. Perfect, and then again, just glue it on. Just add a bit more glue into my pot for this bit. Okay. So all I'm going to need to do is to leave that to dry as well. What I have done overnight as well is popped a hole, can you see, if you can see in the bottom of there, as I did with my snowman. So when that's dry, we can start feeding the lights through that. So, but in the meantime, I'm going to leave these to dry, and I'll show you what I'm going to do next. Right, so we are dry. So it's time to make up my penguin. And I've used some quick cut eyes again, but you could just draw it on with your Sharpie pen. There's no reason why not. I was almost tempted to do that actually rather than fire up my quick cut, but then I thought no, let's be lazy today. So there we go. So I'm just going to pop his eyes on. That is Lola eating again. Right, let's move that there. Okay, so we have eyes on our penguin. What I have done is I have used just some felt for its nose. So just cut a little triangle. So I do have a heat gun, which is just warming up here. And I'm just going to pop some glue on the back of this. Just gonna pop that about there. There we go. So that's my penguin top. Now, before I do anything else, I need to start putting some lights through. So these are my Poundland lights, and I'm just going to feed them through the hole like I did last time. So let me just find the hole. Hopefully I've done my hole big enough. Now you can either drill your hole, or like I did on this occasion, because I didn't want to go back into my garage and get my drill out, was I just used a very hot knife to make the hole. But obviously don't do that if you are a child. Get mum and dad to do that for you, and just be really careful. Make sure you use a knife that's got a plastic handle or a wooden handle, so you don't actually burn yourself. So drilling is obviously probably one of the safest ways of doing it, but said you can melt these very quickly if you don't want to. So I'm just feeding through my bulbs at the moment. And as with the snowman, just check that the bulbs work before you feed them through. Nothing worse than like a Christmas tree. Just put a few through there. Okay, fantastic. Right, so I have some lights there. Get rid of the box there. And now all I'm going to do is just glue the top of the body. I think dog psychologists out there, you know why Lola eats every time I press record? Be good to know. Right, so now I need to feed my lights in there like so, and then I need to make sure I line up, oops, my body and my head, and just twist it around a little bit. Perfect, there we go. You see? And got my lights, they work perfectly. I had tried them before. Right, now I need to put you up a little bit so you can see what I'm doing. Like so. It needs a hat. And if you remember my Christmas hat, this is obviously far too big. So I'm going to use my hat, put you back down here again. Right, I'm going to use my hat to make a hat for my penguin. Okay, so what you need to do, first of all, you can see that, is measure how wide this is for the hat. And if I do probably there, you see, I think that would be perfect. So what I need to do is cut off my hat around there. Okay. And then I want to then cut off this, but slightly bigger. So just cut that. With my heat gun, I'm just going to glue the white back on. And join up my seams. Oops. Okay, perfect. Right, okay, so got his little hat. I'm just checking it fits his little head, and it does. That's perfect. Right, okay, so you don't need to glue the battery pack anywhere if you don't want to, or you can just throw it in the bottom, because it would, you can just put the hand in to get your light on and off. Just stick the hat on for it, like so. Just lift it up so you can see his little head. Can you see him? And turn his little face. There we go. Now he looks a little bit bare around the neck, doesn't he? So he needs a little dicky bow or a scarf, and he's going to go for a scarf, and we've got loads of this left. So all I'm going to literally do is make a scarf out of the leftovers of his hat. What do you think? Okay, can you see his scarf? There you go. So that's his little scarf. Now I think he needs some little feet as well, so I have got some little orange feet which I cut out of some felt. So all I'm going to do is put a couple of blobs of heat of hot glue on, and then I'm just going to position them underneath him. Oops, oops. Sort of like that, and like that. There we go. And there he is, my little penguin. Can you see him? Let me just lift the camera up. That's lower on the door again. What do you think? I think he is super cute. I'm moving back and lift you up a little bit. Now this is a perfect little project for the kids to help you with, do you not think? And they can have their own little penguin. And you can obviously dress him how you want. I mean, I've used a Christmas hat. You might choose not to. Right guys, so what do you think? Yes, he's a little bit basic, but that is all the fun, especially if you're making this with the kids. And I've had fun making him, and I think he is a little bit cute. You've got to be careful because, like I say, it's plastic and the heat will melt. So when you're using your hot gun, just be careful around the top and things like that. But I think he is adorable. All right, guys, so if you do that with your kids, let me see what you've done, see what it comes out like. And if you're a big kid, even more so. All right, I will see you in my next video, and don't forget, in the meantime, don't forget to subscribe, notifications, and give me a thumbs up. All right, from me and Penguin, see you later. Bye.